So now we are back. Yes. So till now we were talking about Paksha, Purvapaksha and Siddhanta and how a debate or an argument happen according to Shastric terms. So why will anybody indulge themselves in any conversation? Yeah. To prove a point, which means that to establish something, to say that it is the truth, number one. Number two is that to win upon them. To win upon them. They don't want to prove a point, they don't want to establish that it is true and that is false, but they want to say that I am superior to you only. That's why actually it's not true also. They will only find faults in others' argumentations sometimes. And actually, this person who is indulging also don't want to prove something. He only want to say that I am superior to you.
So that can also be my extension exclusive.
Yes, because you are inferior to me, because I have better reasoning than you. That is how most of our debates are happening right now. There are two types. For example, the debate between Shankaracharya and Mandana Mishra is a classical example for the first one. So in the time of Shankaracharya, Buddhism was prevalent in this country. So you know the hierarchy, how what happened. First, it was the Vedic culture, which was everywhere. Slowly, Bauddha and Jaina came. So Bauddha Jaina culture was also very prevalent, flourishing in this country. So because of that, what is happening? The entire Vedic culture was very bleak. There were only small groups of people who were practicing there. And after that, people like I say Udayanacharya, there are some set of people who are from logic, Indian logic system. They slowly started refuting the Buddhas and Bauddhas and the Jainas. See, they were not fighting. All these years, they were not establishing kingdoms and maintaining forts and armies and all. Whatever paksha or whatever point has logic, whatever acharya had logic, their paksha was taken by the king also. King was alike the subjects of his kingdom. So if the subjects are mostly Jaina or Bauddha, the king is also gradually Jaina or Bauddha. They don't have that prejudice that I should only remain this, I should only do that, something like that. But if the logic is helping, if the problems are solved in this philosophy, most of them follow it. And it happened because of the Vadas. So in that time when Jainism and Buddhism was very prevalent, even now we have Jaina and Buddhism. But in that time it was the predominant philosophy. These Naiyayikas or Tarkikas, they are called as, who are Indian logicians, they started refuting slowly Bauddha and Jaina. After that, Shankara came into the picture. Shankara, you all know Adi Shankaracharya. So he actually re-established Advaita. Advaita, we have to understand that the Upanishads, the Puranas, and all the scriptures which were told as IKS, Indian knowledge streams, actually had this underlying current of Advaita. The consciousness is one. So whatever you are reaching, your utmost destination, highest destination is to reach that oneness with the creation, with the creator. So Advaita was there, but in between there are many different commentaries, many different paths coming and going. And Shankaracharya re-established that oneness, the Advaita system. And it happened only through Vada. So he was going to those predominant people who were preaching other philosophies like Bauddha, Jaina, Charvaka, and other things. So he went to those people and he did this debate. And before entering into those kinds of debate, there are some points that everyone should understand and agree upon. Okay. So all those rules are there. So today we'll talk about what are those different types. Okay, types of, it's actually debate. We can say types of debate, but the word debate we are using only in some particular areas. So that is why I might say that types of transaction, verbal transaction. For example, we are also transacting some verbally. See, I am talking, you are also talking. But you are in line, we all are in one line. We are not refuting each other. But the verbal transaction between two parties, two different parties who are opposing each other, who are contradicting each other, that kind of a transaction we are talking about. And that the transaction is called as katha. Generally, we use this term katha as story, because story also have conversations, dialogues between different people. But the only fundamental difference is that a story can have uncontradictory dialogues also. It's just collaboratory dialogues, collaboratory verbal transactions also. But here in Katha, it is contradictory. Means I say one and he says one. And he says that body is you are the body. And somebody else might say you are not the body. Then that kind of an interaction will be taken as Katha. And this Katha is of three types. Vadaha, Jalpaha, and Vitanda. Yeah. Vada, Jalpa. So what is Vada? So the transaction between two contradictory views to derive the truth is called as Vada. We are indulging when two parties are indulging the verbal cooperation, derive a truth, then it is called a. So there are some conditions in which a vada happens. If I am wicked, means if I want, like if I am egoistic, if I am, I only want to win upon them. Even though I say that I am indulging in vada, it is not that. I will only stop when I say that I am superior to you. When I establish that I am superior. That kind of a transaction is not vada. So for this, there are some conditions. The second thing is called jalpa, where victory is the purpose. I am only conversing with another viewpoint to win over it. And in Vitanda also it is victory. With a difference. Here also it is victory. Vitanda में भी हम जीतने के लिए ही बात करते हैं. फिर भी यहाँ थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस क्या है? विक्ट्री में जल्द में मेरा पक्ष को भी पता था. I will also establish or talk about my own opinion on you. In Vitanda, I will not say anything about what I think, what is my standpoint. I will not talk about my standpoint. I am always ready to win over the other only.
So just one point. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You will not state your stand. State your viewpoint. So generally this happens. What are you thinking about that particular thing you will not say, but you are ready to contradict what they say. So these are the three fundamental types
just wait for it.
Now you see me. We were talking about one such thing just now, isn't it? छाया, छाया का जो एग्जाम्पल हमने लिया था वो इससे कहाँ आता है? वाद, वाद, थर्ड वन वितंडा, और कुछ इरादा है और एक बचा हुआ है जल भी है. If you want Vada. Only, okay, you both told anything. Yeah, maybe, yeah. कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन नहीं तो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन नहीं है तो वाद जल्द वितंडा तीन भी नहीं हो. अभी देखिए हमारा बीच जो संवाद हो रहा है ना ये इस तीन टाइप में एक भी नहीं है. इवन तो वी आर टॉकिंग, इवन तो वी आर कन्वर्सिंग, कन्वर्सेशन व्हेन देयर इज डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन. ये मेरा इरादा है, आपका इरादा अलग है, उसका कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी है. तो अभी देखिए मैं बोलता हूँ हम सबको आम खाना है, आप बोलेंगे हम सबको सेब खाना है. उसमें कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन क्या है? आम के साथ सेब नहीं खा सकते, वहां कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन ही नहीं है. वो हम वाद जल्प और वितंड नहीं बोल सकते. इंटेंशन से ही कन्वर्सेशन होता है और इंटेंशन नहीं है तो ये तीन भी नहीं हो सकते. हम यहाँ क्या बोलते हैं रियलिटी को बात करने के लिए नहीं. रियलिटी लेटर ऑन, इट विल, द रियलिटी इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड लेटर ऑन. Before that we are indulging into a conversation, we are talking about what are those types of conversations. If I say that we all should eat mangoes and somebody say that we should not eat mango, then it is contradiction. Then we have to say in which type we are. Are we in Vada? Do you say that eating mango is not good now because it is summer or something like that? If you state, then it is Vada. You say something, you are not a nice person, you always talk wrong, that this. So he is not aiming at your reasoning capabilities. He is taking another options to deviate. See, whenever a person is deviating a debate, his intention is not to establish truth. Then if he is deviating, okay, that kind will be either jalpa or vitan.
Just contradicting the point of the debate. He's not diverting. He's just contradicting, but not giving an opinion.
Then again, also it is vitan. When he is not stating his own viewpoint and just contradicting what you say, even though he is focusing on the reasoning, then also it is called vitan. So you are eligible to contradict when you state your viewpoint in Vada. If you are not stating your viewpoint, you are not eligible to do Vada kind of a conversation. Understood? So this is the overall three types. Now we'll see what are the definitions of these three types. Okay, give me 1 minute. Yes. Yeah, we'll come back now. Yeah. Now, in a Vada, if there are no different contradictory two views, it is not stated as Vada. The example is our conversation. It is not contradictory to each other. You all are collaborating with my viewpoints. So it is not any type of katha, number one. Number two, pramana tarka sadhanopalambha is the word. You don't buy it, but you just take that pramana. You all know what is pramana. So in a vada I should use the pramanas. So I am trying to establish my viewpoint by using pramanas like pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, shabda. I am giving evidences using these pramanas. And there is one another thing which is called as tarka. तर्क का अर्थ ये है लॉजिक. लॉजिक कैसा होता है? एक बोलता है ये हमारा स्टेटमेंट है ना, माउंटेन हैज फायर बिकॉज ऑफ स्मोक. ये है. अभी सब लोग स्मोक को देख सकते हैं. सो एक बंदा ऐसा बोल रहा है कि मैं स्मोक धूम है ये मैं मानूं. आई टेक दैट देयर इज स्मोक बट आई विल नॉट एग्री दैट देयर इज फायर. So what should be the answer to this? If somebody is saying that I agree that there is smoke, but I don't agree that there is fire. So how should we answer? So I should say that if there is no fire, there will be no smoke. But you are taking smoke, hence you should take fire also. You should agree upon fire also. Isn't it? And this is called as tarka. Showing the logic. So either I have to use pramanas. For example, in our previous debate, he was saying that because I can see color and movement in chaya, chaya is the dravya, he was saying. But how did he counter it? The Siddhanti. He was saying that it is just an absence. So he is using his pramana. How can I know the absence of light? I can perceive through my eyes. So the pramana which is enabling me to perceive the presence of something, the same pramana is enabling me to perceive the absence of it. So I can see chaya with my eyes, and eyes are a pramana. So I am using pramana to establish that chaya is not a dravya. So hence it is a vada. Or else I have to use tarka. So I have to use either pramana or tarka. And one another thing. So one another thing. When I am in vada kind of a conversation, I have to take or I have to not contradict everything what he thinks. Accept some things. Before we indulge into argumentation, we have to accept some things. For example, I am in vada with a charvaka. Okay, I am in a vada that what is the eternal purpose of life? Okay, when I am doing a debate, in knowing the truth again, here the vada kind of a debate, I want to say what is the eternal purpose of life. For me, it is different, and for Charvaka, it is different. But I should not say that, not like that. See, for him, body is the consciousness. For me, consciousness is different. We should not indulge in what is consciousness when my focus of debate is on what is the eternal purpose of life. He might say that the eternal purpose of life is to live, enjoy something. कार के ऊपर में डालते हैं ना, live life, enjoy कुछ वैसा. घृतम ऋणम कृत्वा घृतम पिबेत, ये उसका कोटेशन है चारवाक का. आप कितना भी लोन लीजिए, कुछ भी कीजिए, आपको शरीर को अच्छा रखना है. एंजॉय करना इज इक्वल टू शरीर को एंजॉयमेंट देना. हमारा पंचकोश मॉडल में देखेंगे तो अन्नमय में ही उसका पर्याप्त है, और मनोमय में थोड़ा जाएंगे फिर भी अन्नमय में ही उनका पर्याप्ति है, वैसा सोचते हैं। हम यहाँ जाएंगे तो नोइंग द एटर्नल ट्रूथ, कॉन्टेम्पलेटिंग अपॉन द क्रिएटर, ये सब यहाँ बोलते हैं पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ। जब मैं इसमें इस डिबेट में हूं तब मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगा कि शरीर कॉन्शियसनेस नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं बोलूंगा, और वो भी ये नहीं बोलेगा कि कर्म सिद्धांत नहीं है। So we are agreeing upon certain things and we are debating. If I don't agree these fundamental things of my opponent, I am not eligible to do that debate, because everything is contradictory. If everything is contradictory, we cannot sit in one place and talk. Okay, that is one important thing. And in these kinds of vadas, vada means to establish truth, we have to have pancha avayavas, which are pratignya, hetu, udaharana, upanaya and nirmana. We were talking about that in my previous class, even today morning. Yeah. So a vada should have all the 5 kinds of statements at least, because these 5 statements will clarify what he or she has in their mind. Okay. So pancha avayava upapannaha is there. So what all we talked till now? There should be 2 contradictory views, number 1. Number 2, I can use pramanas or tarka to establish my point. Number 3, I have to agree upon certain things of my opponent also. Number 4, my vada should have 5 constituents which are called as avayavas in my conversation. Okay, understood, no? Now, if we move on to the second one, Jalpa. So Jalpa also have the above set attributes, means that it should also have 2 different contradictory views. Number 1, it should also have some agreement before going into the debate. It can also use pramana and tarka, and it also can use panchavayava. Upon this, it will also use chala, jati, nigrahasthana. You should understand what is chala, what is jati, and what is nigrahasthana. Chala, jati, and nigrahasthana. I will write it. There are many technical terms, but you just understand the concept. हिंदी में क्या है? छल बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं? क्या है? मैं आपको एक सुंदर सा एक उदाहरण, नवकंबलम आनया, ऐसा एक वाक्य है संस्कृत में, नवकंबलम आनया। ये जो नव शब्द है ना, उसको बहुत मीनिंग है। नव का अर्थ है 9। I should take this one. Sorry, I will be back. नमस्ते सर। यस सर। जी, अभी नवकंबल मानया, कंबल आपको मालूम है ना, कंबल, ब्लैंकेट। अभी किसी ने बोलता है कि नवकंबल मानया, आनया बोले तो लेकर आओ, नव कंबल को लेकर आओ, ऐसा बोलेंगे तो जो वक्र बुद्धि है वो ऐसा सोचता है कि इनको 9 चाहिए, 9 कंबल चाहिए, 9 ब्लैंकेट्स। क्यों एक ही बंदा को 9 ब्लैंकेट्स क्यों चाहिए, ऐसा ये डिविएट कर रहा है। अभी देखिए, एक ही पद को विभिन्न अर्थ हो सकते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन। इस सिचुएशन के हिसाब से उसको चाहिए था अनयूज्ड ब्लैंकेट, और ये डिविएट कर रहा है कन्वर्सेशन को 9 ब्लैंकेट्स। सो ये ऐसा जो डिविएशन है ये भी यहाँ हो सकता है, जल्प में ये भी हो सकता है। छल, हाँ छल, छल का उपयोग हम जल्प में करते हैं, दैट इज द कॉन्टेक्स्ट। सामने वाले से ही हो, माइंड, अभी देखिए किसी भी कन्वर्सेशन के पहले माइंड में कुछ ना कुछ होना है ना, अर्थम बुद्ध्वा शब्द रचना बोलते हैं। किसी भी चीज को हम कॉग्नाइज करने से पहले बात नहीं कर सकते। ओके, सो छल का उपयोग ये है। और दूसरा है जाति। हम जाति का अर्थ क्या है आपको मालूम है? ऐसा जाति इस पद में भी बहुत अर्थ है। अभी बहुत बड़ा अर्थ ये है जो न्यूज़पेपर्स में और पॉलिटिकल आदमी ने यूज करते हैं, वो एक जाति है। वो जाति अलग है, यहाँ जो जाति है वो अलग है। यहाँ जाति का अर्थ ये है कि सिमिलैरिटी और डिफरेंसेस को लेके डिविएट करना। Deviating your opponent by using similarity or difference is called as jati. I will give you an example. Again, it is an argumentation between two people. So somebody is saying that sound is perishable because it's created. Need to understand this. Sound is perishable because it is created. Unlike Akash. So wherever I use unlike, it is the Vyatireka Drishtanta. So sound is perishable because it's created, unlike Akash. If somebody says, and the deviator or the opponent says that यदि शब्दः नित्याकाश वैधर्म्याद् अनित्यः स्यात् तदा अमूर्तत्व साधर्म्याद् नित्यः स्यात्. So I will tell what. So you are giving Akash as an example, na? And it is a negative example. You are stating that it is Akash is actually not created and it is not perishable. Okay, now we say that sound is a perishable thing because it is created unlike Akasha. So you are showing a difference in Akasha and sound. So the relation is not the similarity. The relation between sound and Akash is different. Now I show a similarity. What is the similarity? Similarity is that it is untouchable, something like that. I cannot touch and feel. What do you say in English? Intangible. Yeah. So intangibility is a similarity. Intangibility is a similarity between Akash and sound. And Akash is unperishable. Hence, sound is also unperishable. Somebody is saying. Oh. This kind of a transaction can be taken in jati. Did you understand? So in the first statement, we are showing the difference between Akash and sound and stating that sound is perishable. But the opponent is misusing it in a different way. Both sound and Akash have some differences and similarities. Everyone have that. So how are you stating or how are you using? That will state your mind. What do you want to do? Okay. For example, this fellow, the second person, wants to say that Akash is intangible, and intangibility is the similarity between Akash and sound. Hence, I want to state that because it is intangible, sound is also intangible. It is unperishable like Akash. So this is the twisting. And this twisting can be used in Jalpa. So this is Jati. So if you understand Chala and Jati, these both are deviating the focus of the debater. So whenever you are deviating, then you don't want to know the truth. You only want to establish that I am superior to you. Hence, it will not come under Vada. It will only fall under Jalpa or Vitanda according to the situation. Okay, and there are many other things. I don't want to flood with all those concepts today, but you understood enough. So the fundamental difference is that if I don't state my paksha or my stand, my viewpoint, it will be Vitanda. If I am stating my viewpoint, but I want to deviate, either of the debaters want to deviate the other person, then it will fall under Jalpa or Vitanda. If we are not deviating anything, we are only using Pramana and Tarka and following all other rules, then it is Vada. Clear? Then I will end my session here. So today we have talked about many things. And she is very happy by hearing that I will end my session today. Okay. Thank you very much. We shall again meet next week. And yeah. Two. I am hungry. Okay, then we'll meet again next week. Bye.